Now to eggs. They've hit the headlines the world over. Prices have shot through the roof and supply has fallen. In the US, breakfast has definitely become costlier. The price of eggs has gone up by 60%. Same story in Malaysia. It is now importing a record 50 million eggs from India. What about India? There's an egg crisis in the state of Maharashtra. In the UK and New Zealand, supermarkets are running out of eggs, so much so that people in New Zealand are now rushing to buy chickens to raise them. Desperate times. So what is causing this crisis? One big reason is an outbreak of bird flu. It happened a year ago. The impact is being felt now. This outbreak affected over 57 million birds. It hit around 44 million egg-laying hens. They had to be depopulated or culled. And this is just in the US. The outbreak was reported in other countries as well. So that's one reason for the shortage. Then there's the increased cost of fuel, feed and packaging. Also new rules. States like California have banned the sale of eggs from caged birds. Last month, egg prices in the US touched a record high. $4.25 for a dozen eggs. That's close to 30 Indian rupees per egg, 30 rupees. Then we come to New Zealand. At the beginning of this year, New Zealand outlawed battery cages. What are battery cages? It's a housing system used for animal production, mostly for egg-laying hens. Thousands of cages are stacked together in sheds. They contain up to 100,000 birds. Why are they called battery cages? Because these stacks look like the cells of a battery unit. New Zealand is trying to phase them out. Most of Europe, Mexico, Israel and Canada have already banned such cages, and Australia is planning to do the same. Their deadline is 2036. It's a good move if you ask the birds, but not so good for your breakfast. The ban in New Zealand resulted in an acute egg shortage. Stores have started rationing eggs. Prices are shooting up and people are running out of not just eggs, but also options. In desperation, some have taken to chicken rearing themselves. This is New Zealand's largest online auction site for chickens and related items. It showed a 77% jump in traffic in the first week of this month. Animal charities have a word of caution though. They say these birds can live longer than a decade and they'll produce eggs only for 2 to 3 years. And most won't start laying eggs for several months. So if you thought you could start your own farm to table, well, think again. Halfway across the world, in Britain too, the humble egg is causing pain. In November, when the shortage first came to light, stores started rationing the sale of eggs. But many shops have run out of stocks now, and the ones which still have eggs are selling at more than twice the price last year. Meanwhile, Malaysia has sought India's help to tide over the crisis. India will be exporting a record 50 million eggs to Malaysia this month. Earlier, Malaysia was itself a major exporter. It used to export eggs to Singapore in large numbers, but thanks to the Russia-Ukraine war, the price of chicken feed has gone up, and this has led to a shortage. And now India is sending the eggs. So far, India's main buyers have been Oman and Qatar. Add Malaysia to the list. And in India, the state of Maharashtra is battling a shortage. It is short of 1 crore eggs per day. That's 10 million, 1 crore. Maharashtra has the capacity to produce 1.25 crore eggs every day, but that's well short of the demand. So the state is now procuring eggs from other states like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Telangana to meet the shortfall. If you think these numbers are staggering, I have some more for you. The global egg market is worth $270 billion. It is expected to grow to $375 billion by the year 2027. China is the world's biggest producer of eggs, and I have data from 2018. China produced 466 billion eggs that year, 466 billion. It was 34% of the world's production. India is at number 4. China, the US, the EU and India together produce 60% of the world's eggs. An average person consumes 161 eggs in 1 year. No wonder the shortage is causing so much pain. And as things stand today, it's not a problem we can chicken out of anytime soon.